YouTube family, it's Sarah, LessOfSarah. So I'm back again in a different colored hoodie today. I'm going to the gym after this, but I promised I would make a video after my Friday update video, and then I did make the video, but I just didn't upload it because when I watched it back, I thought it was a bit kind of all over the place, and I didn't know whether it really said in any eloquent way what I was trying to get at. So I thought I would make that video again today because I think it is something important to talk about and something that I feel like I need to talk about at this point in my journey. So I guess partially it's a video response to Kristen VSG Heart on my sleeve, who had made a video vaguely talking about this, and then we had sort of commented back and forth, and she was asking me my thoughts on it. But she was talking about being in a point where you are happy and comfortable with where you are, with your progress, with your weight, with how you look, and then being a bit afraid of that final push to goal. I think Kristen maybe has about 30 or 40 pounds to go to goal, I think, and she's 4 months out. So, I mean, our journeys are different in that I came from a much higher weight, and so my journey has been a lot longer. But it was funny because I think we've both gotten to this point in our journey at around the same time, and that is the point where you start to be more accepting of, you know, how you look, and to feel like you're happier, and then maybe to get a little nervous about what you're going to look like when you get to goal. I definitely feel that way sometimes. I mean, obviously I'm happy with the progress I've made, and I'll talk about the dangers of that in a little bit too. But just from an appearance point of view, I'm at a size that I was at sort of on and off throughout high school, and so for me this is a comfortable place to be. I don't feel skinny. I feel normal for me. I know I'm not normal sized for the average person, but I feel normal for me at the size I'm at now, which is about a size 18, 16, 18. So I don't know. It's tough because it's not that I don't want to get to goal. I do. And again, for me, this journey isn't really about my appearance. It's about my health and my fitness, but appearance is a big part of, you know, self. And so I can't deny that that's important to me. And I guess I see, you know, what my face looks like now, and it is very different than I've ever looked before. And it's a bit disconcerting still. I know what my body looks like now. I, of course, have excess skin, but because I'm still, you know, 50 pounds, just under 50 pounds, I guess, from goal, from my ultimate goal, actually, I sort of feel, or actually, sorry, I should say 60. I'm just under 60. I feel like the skin issue is just going to get worse and worse as I get closer to goal, because now it's just like the skin, there's some obviously fat still there, and as that last bit kind of goes, it's just going to get worse and worse. So sometimes there's part of me that thinks, you know, well, would it be so bad to stay, you know, here? It's a fleeting thought. It's not, you know, I'm by no means saying I'm stopping here or that, you know, I don't plan on reaching goal, because I do. I'm not done. But there are times when, especially after 9 months, you know, you feel like I need a break from this. It is hard. It is hard to, I can liken it to if you're a woman and you've been pregnant, you know that when you get to like week 36, 37, you're kind of like, I'm done with this. Like, I'm ready for this to be over. This baby needs to come out because I'm finished. And that's kind of how I feel sometimes the last month or so. You know, I've had that thought every once in a while, like, oh, like I just kind of want to break. And I mean, I've kind of been on a fitness break a little bit. I'm still working out, but the last couple of weeks, it's only been like twice a week, which for me is not ideal. And again, I'm, you know, going to be upping that. But it's not even that I've lost motivation. It's just, I'm mentally tired. And I'm physically tired, to be honest. And I don't know if those are related. But, yeah, there's a mental fatigue, an emotional fatigue that I'm going through right now with this journey. It's not any less important to me. I'm not any less motivated. It's just, there's a part of me that thinks, wow, it would be great to just take a break from this. But I don't, and I won't, unless I feel like I absolutely need to, but it certainly crossed my mind. So anyway, getting back to what Kristen was asking about an appearance, I do have some fears about what I'm going to look like when I get to goal. I mean, I have fears about getting to goal, period, but from an appearance point of view, I have fears about what I'm going to look like because of the excess skin issue, because that is a weight that, well, I mean, my goal weight is a weight that I haven't been since I was probably 12 years old. So if I think I look different now from this weight at 18, then I'm probably going to look a hell of a lot different because basically that was, you know, just at the beginning of puberty for me, or, you know, in the middle of puberty for me. So, it's uncharted territory, to be honest. I mean, you can't compare yourself to the 12-year-old you. So yeah, for me, my goal weight, anywhere around that weight is uncharted territory. And so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to be happy with what I look like. I'm fairly certain, actually, I won't be happy with what I look like because of the skin issue, because of the, you know, wanting to build more muscle, wanting to have a more athletic shape. Although, I also still want to have curves. And this is kind of funny because a friend of mine on Facebook posted a photo of this very beautiful curvy girl in a corset, and it was a hot photo, to be honest. Girl that had tattoos. She said something like, "This is the body I wish I had," and I commented and was like, "That's the body that I wish I had too." And I was saying how when I started this journey, and I have a Pinterest account, and the link is below in the down bar if you're in the description if you're interested, and I have a Pinterest board called Inspiration Curvy Girls, and it is beautiful, curvaceous, plus size women. And that is the body that I have always wanted. I've never, and again, this is just personal, and I'm sure based on the fact that I knew I was never going to be a skinny girl, I've never aspired to a supermodel body or even a normal body. I don't want to have space between my thighs. I don't need to have a flat tummy. I want to have hips. I want to have a butt and boobs. Those things are important to me when I think about what I want to look like. And so I am kind of afraid of losing all of that. Like, my butt is pretty flat now and saggy, and my boobs, Lord knows, same. I always had an hourglass figure, but I'm actually starting to lose that a bit, and that scares me because that's something that's, I've always identified myself as having like a small waist and big hips and a butt, and yeah, so it's tough. It gets tough because I think that you see yourself a certain way, and when you imagine what you're going to look like, I think you do imagine a certain body, and the reality is very different, I think, for most people. So, Kristen, I think it's totally normal to feel the way you're feeling and the way I feel, because, yeah, you just don't know, and not knowing is scary, and being afraid that you've done all this work to get to a point that you're not happy with is scary. But I think we all have to remember that as much as our outward appearance is important to us, it really isn't the most important part of this journey. And there are ways that you can fix the things that you don't like. You know, whether it's through fitness, whether it's through things like plastic surgery and that sort of thing, whether it's just through, you know, the kind of clothes that you wear. There are ways of mitigating those things that you aren't 100% happy with, even when you get to goal. So, from an appearance point of view, because that's what Kristen was talking about, that's what I wanted to mention. But I also wanted to talk about getting to the point where you are happy with your progress and you don't necessarily lose motivation. I mean, maybe some people do. I'm not at the point where I've lost motivation, but I am at the point where I'm not even really sure how to describe it, but let me put it this way. I don't know that I've ever talked about this in a video. But when I decided to have surgery, when I was thinking about my goals, you guys know I am very driven. I set the bar high. I expect to reach my goals. So, you know, for sure, I expect to get to my goal. But I also, and I made a Tough Love Tuesday video about this, I'm also a realist, and I understand that 270 pounds is a lot of weight to lose, and that maybe I was not going to get there. I think having been overweight my whole life, and quite overweight for most of my life, I think it plays with your mind, and you think, well, maybe there's a point at which I'm not going to lose any more weight because I'm meant to be a certain size. And that might still be true. I don't know. But I sort of gave myself a pre-goal. I sort of thought to myself, well, what could I accept? At what point would I feel like I had succeeded, even if I hadn't reached my goal? And for me, that pre-goal weight was 250 pounds, which was a 210-pound loss from my highest weight, which nobody can complain about, which was in a range of weight that I hadn't been in for 20 years, basically, which I know for most people is an insane number to think that you would be happy at 250 pounds. But basically, I told myself, you know, Sarah, if you can get under 250 pounds and maintain, you will have succeeded on this journey. You will be, again, based on my body, the way I work. You know, right now, I have to tell you guys a secret. I cheated on Scale Free September because I was 250 exactly on Friday. I totally weighed on Saturday morning because I wanted to see if I was under 250, and I was. I needed that. That's all I'm going to say. I don't feel bad about it. I needed to see the number, and I did, and that was it. So, but I cheated. So, just being accountable. So yeah, I'm under 250 now, barely, but I am. And, you know, I'm healthy. I don't know that I would say I'm fit quite yet, but I mean, my fitness level is way above where it used to be. I'm healthy on my blood pressure, my cholesterol, my blood sugar. I mean, all of that is great. Everything has come back great. So for all intents and purposes, I'm healthy. And I think there's kind of a danger in that. There's like a danger in getting to the point where you're like, oh, okay, I could be happy here. I'm healthy now. In a way, I've actually reached my goal already. It's not my ultimate goal. It's not where I will be happy and satisfied, but it is what it is. And I think that plays with your head a little bit, because being a bit tired on this journey and then hitting that point and then being concerned about what you are going to look like and what it's going to be like to get to goal. And I think all those things happened at the same time. And I don't want to fall into the trap of self-sabotage because of that. And there have been a few times where I've had thoughts that I recognize right away are based on that. Where it'll be like, well, maybe I'll just eat this sugar-free chocolate because who cares? Because, like, whatever. I've lost 200 pounds and, you know, whatever, right? And that's not the way that I want to do things. I'm not going to judge other people and their justifications for doing whatever, right? Your journey, as long as you're aware of what you're doing and you are comfortable with it, then go on. But for me, I'm not comfortable with rewarding myself with food. I'm not comfortable with justifying eating things that I don't need to eat because I've, you know, had success, or I'm comfortable where I am, or any of those things. Because to me, that's just kind of the root of that self-sabotage. Like, maybe I'm going to try, you know, because I'm scared, I'm going to try and sabotage myself so I don't get to that goal. And it's just not worth it. So anyway, that's it for today. Bye guys.